I, on behalf of EIILM-KOLKATA, first of all, welcome you all to this forum. And on behalf of Dr. R.L. Bhatia and his team, Dr. Alok has made a start in a beautiful manner, and he has made some mentions. So I'm going to talk a few minutes. It was originally 15 minutes, but a few minutes are lost. Dr. Bhatia has already mentioned 6 minutes lost. I'll try to make good 5 minutes minimum. Right, so I'll limit to 10 minutes, roughly. Maybe 1 or 2 minutes, either udhar ho jayega, so please excuse me for that. Well, today we are in the context of leadership. What Dr. Alok has begun with is a unique example of leadership that he has mentioned. He has mentioned about being a person from Singapore, correctly. He has put it as something which was very important for India. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, he was there in Singapore and had organized the Indian National Army. I wrote a book on leadership called Mother Leadership in 1995 when Alok left Calcutta. That is the time I published the book Mother Leadership. Therein I had mentioned that the qualities of a mother are very pertinent and important for a person to become a leader. Now, when things are changing, for example, we keep on saying that this world is a world of change continuously, and you all are leaders in your respective field. So how to catch hold of the changing scenario and be along with the changing scenario? If you look at the doctrines and basic philosophies which Subhash Chandra had lived for, I have given in my book on leadership subsequently that there are 3 basic elements which are very essential for becoming a leader. Subhash Chandra had mentioned about Ittefaq, Itmat and Kurbani, which were supported by Gandhiji in his, Karingi and Maringe, when he had initiated that. This was supported by Gandhiji also. It is there in the, lecture of Gandhiji also, wherein he had supported. Ittefaq, Itmat, Kurbani. Now, unity, faith, and sacrifice. Peter Drucker was having a discussion with Tom Peters in the house of Peter Drucker, and Bill Gates was also present in that 2004. And in that, this was probably one of the most remarkable, tripartite or triangle discussion, wherein, one great practitioner and 2 scholars were there in the discussion. They were actually identifying what are the future course of things that companies and organizations are heading towards. Now, one aspect came forward, which Tom Peters had elaborated later on in his book on excellence. Probably most of you know here, wherein he had identified that the era of management is actually getting converged to a new era of leadership inbuilt in management. So, management is gradually transforming from the process orientation, Fordism, then, computerized, this robotics dynamism, and from there converging to what he said is a liberal arts from within, meaning liberal arts which has got a component of creativity continuously, meaning the person, the individual, is gradually going to take more importance, going to become more important in the design of things for companies than before. Meaning when Akio Morita had offered his sixth sense view on made in Japan to be offered to Europe, or Japanese products to be made in Europe and offered in European market, this dilemma And then that was resolved in favor of his sixth sense of business, meaning the human spirit in business. At that time, we did not recognize the human spirit in business that much. Now it has become very strong and fabulous. We take care of people in the organizations. We take care of customers as people associated with the organizations. We take care of things around and across. And therefore, when we talk about, the future of business, it is actually the person who is at the helm of the affairs, and the person who actually develops herself or himself into a person in the position of a leader. Now the question is, why a leader is needed? There was a discussion I take back to historicity in a philosophical context. There was a long debate. It was 2.5 days continuous long debate between two philosophers long back. That was held in Germany long back between Karl Marx and Pierre-Joseph Proudhon. These two persons who had their own stream of philosophical identities later on. And this 2.5 days discussion is captured, probably those who are conversant with philosophy, they know 18th Brumaire, which is there. And this is not actually text of philosophy, but a text of economics. Wherein the point had come and emerged that you see institutionalization and institution-driven things are important. An individual can't work and do alone. Individuals have to combine. We now work on teamwork, team spirit, everything. But overall, on top of everything, the individual and the dominance of the spirit of the individual becomes important. These two persons were conflicting on their details in the philosophical doctrine, but when it came to the doctrine related to economic activities, the concept of participation on an individual scale with a full spirit and energy from within had emerged. And that said, they came to a kind of understanding, Proudhon and Marx, that yes, individual contribution to the work process is important, but again we need to safeguard the individual. Then there are political philosophies where they differ. One was after surplus value and exploitation, and then defeating the rulers or the exploiters. The other one was withering of society and institutions. Well, when you look at the future, if you want to predict the future or read the future, what is the direction? People are saying that it is all technology driven. I have a different belief. Yes, technology is the driver now. Technology is a driver on a wheel which is almost 70 years old. AI, people are talking, and then AI in a new form, ChatGPT and other forms and emerging forms are there. We are conversant with that. And I give a small example. Bombay Stock Exchange, there were things called bookies. They are still now. I was very closely associated with Stock Exchange in the risk committee for some time. And then we had a predictive model of neural network. And the neural network, many of you are conversant with, those who are people with IT and those who are in the HR doing, ERP, you know that. A part of this AI. Now the AI prediction, neural network prediction, predicts to the accuracy level of 34-35%, even now. I'm talking about even now. If you do it today, it will come out like this. Could be 30 to 34, 35, this range. The average, 50 years average of book is, predictive success. I tell you, is above 60% even now. Bookie's predictive model is not a model. It's just an understanding of the market and telling what the course of things are going to happen in the market. So there are few things that companies should be, should be more concerned about. Too much of dependence on technology is going to kill the companies in future, I'm telling you. This is my personal view. You may differ. Obviously, there will be many people who would differ. Technology has to be inducted. Like AI is it's not invented today. It's invented end of 70s. Meaning it came into workplace in a mini form end of 70s. Robotics is not a new thing today. Robotics is also almost 50 years old. And now computerization in a large scale, when it started from mainframe to the desktop, there are a lot of things at that point of time. Those are the things which are retrieved now and then given a new shape, and we are all chanting that. It's good that we need to chant that because we need to be careful about that. And therefore, what is this dependence on that would actually kill the inner spirit of people. See, if you can, do a personal exercise. I've done some, observational study also. If I devote myself to, if I connect myself to the technological framework, 24 hours, 7 days. Next 7 days, if I get into, let's say, Mayabhuti, where Prime Minister has gone, I have also spent there a few days and find such a calm and cool and soothing place where Vivekananda were there for 15 continuous days, and particularly the place which is at the top of that hill, and this Pithoragarh top, there's a calm and cool. There are a lot of jungle animals, but they are not going to, create problem for you. In that place, you spend 7 days. Compare these two things, and you will find you are not loser in the second case. Rather, sometimes when you come back with a better energy, better resources from within, and a better strength as a person as a whole. Future organizations, I believe, should go for a combination, a kind of balanced combination between these two. That's why what I find is when we are going to take care of the environment, we're going to take care of the societies, Swachh Bharat, etc. We're going to take care of people within the organization, going to take care of the stakeholders everywhere. Then we put together and develop myself and try and help others to develop themselves in the spirit of Rig Vedas, wherein our sages had said, Sangachudvang, Sangbadudvang, Sangbu Manamsi Janatam, Devavagi Yatha Purve Samjanana Upasate. The first concept of equality was sounded in Rig Vedas, not in any other philosophical text. Even now, till now, there is no concept of equality in philosophy, in economics, except for Rig Vedas in clear, stipulated, direct terms. Was it visualized? Rishis, the sages, became great in themselves. They became leaders in their own area, in their own zone of discretion. And they had formed a society and nurtured the society with that strength of leadership. So that kind of leadership is my personal view. I believe that's possible. And, I put it open as my view and for any kind of discussion. Thank you very much. Thanks for your, patient hearing for this, I think, 13 minutes. 3 minutes is already gone. So 13 minutes. Thank you so much.